Hello everyone, my name's Jene and thank you for joining me tonight on Diamond Painting Reviews by Jene. Tonight's video we're going to be doing a full post review on this beautiful painting called House on the Hill. This is a collaboration piece that I was doing with Rob, aka Diamond Painting Dog Dad. Now, we've only posted a few videos as we were working on this painting. There were some circumstances that kind of got in the way, but we both are now finished with our paintings. And again, this is House on the Hill. This comes from the Diamond Art Club. Now, this painting is 50 by 33 centimeters. And I find that it is really, really beautiful now that it's completed. I had my worries, and I'll explain that as I go through the post review. So let's go ahead and take this book out of the way so that you can see how this painting turned out. So what do you think? I think it turned out really nice considering the size of the painting. It is what I would classify as a medium, but nevertheless it did turn out far better than I expected. And the reason why I say that is the drill field looked very dark and I was very worried about that. Now, I will be honest with you, as I always am. If you decide to work on this painting, you will need to work with it with a light pad. It is very dark and it will be difficult unless you have really, really good sight. It'll be very difficult to see all those symbols with that dark background. But as you can see though, the drills really brighten this painting up and it does look really nice. Although I still think it should have been a little bit brighter, to me, I find it still is really nice even though it's dark. So we're going to go over some pros and cons. We're going to do the cons first, and I always like to do the pros last and always leave on a happy note. So the cons on this painting, I'd already brought up one, and that is I find it's a bit dark, but you know, that's just my opinion. I think it should have been a little bit lighter, especially down in the bottom through here. You can see some definition and details down below where you can see the flowers on both sides of this path. Now, when I was working on this, believe me, I had my worries because I was thinking, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? And what is this going to be? And even the pathway, I couldn't tell until the drills got on there. So that was one thing that worried me. And that's why I'm classifying it as a con. It still turned out beautiful. It still, to me, was a little bit worrisome as I was working on the project. The only other issue that I came across with this painting was the drills. Some of the drills, not all of them, so don't get me wrong on this, but some of the drills I found had what I call drill trailings, and that is spilled resin on the base of the drill, so that sometimes the drill will be either too big or it just has that bit of resin that sticks out around the drill. And it really makes it difficult to place those drills on your canvas. In fact, I just started throwing them away because it just causes problems when it's sitting next to its neighbor drill. Those are the only two things, the only two cons on this painting. So let's get into the pros in this painting. First is this fabulous canvas. I love the Diamond Art Club's canvases. Not only are they super soft and velvety in the back, they've got this beveled cut around the painting itself so it keeps it from fraying. The drill field, the clarity of the drill field and the clarity of your symbols, just excellent, excellent. This would be a perfect painting for a beginner, but you will need a light pad to work on this painting because it is dark. But the reason why I say it would be a perfect painting for a beginner is because of the clarity of the symbols, the clarity of the drill field, and the clarity of the schematics. It is so easy to follow. So when you put that in perspective, this would be a really nice painting for a beginner. But again, you'll need that light pad. So let's talk about color blocking and confetti. This painting has confetti in it and it has color blocking in it. Now, I often think to myself, when somebody talks about confetti, how do they see confetti? So I see confetti in three ways. You have your respectable confetti, you have your normal confetti, and you have your I'm pulling my hair out confetti, okay? So respectable confetti would be where there's confetti, but it's still, you can still use your multiplacer. And I use a four place multiplacer. And when I use it, I don't necessarily always have 4 drills. I sometimes use it to pick up 1 drill. But in respectable confetti, you will have places where you have 2, 3, and 4 blocks in a given spot. And you can use that multiplacer and continue working in multiple areas of your painting and still continue to use your multiplacer. That to me is what I would call respectable confetti. Confetti is when you have more confetti or more color switching where you still have to use your single placer, but in some spots you can use your multiplacer. So you're still working in a fairly reasonable pace. Whereas I'm pulling my hair out confetti, that's where you absolutely cannot use your multiplacer. You can't use it. Just not going to happen. So those are my 3 categories in confetti. And in this painting, I would classify this as respectable confetti. And the reason why I say that is because the majority of the time when I was putting this painting together, I was using my multiplacer. So yes, there's confetti, but it's reasonable. It's not pull my hair out, I'm going to scream. I need to be in a straitjacket type of confetti. So that is another reason why I would say this would be a perfect painting for a beginner. So my final thoughts with this painting is, I'm not disappointed with it at all. Yes, I would like to see it a little bit brighter, but all in all, it turned out beautiful, and I'm really excited to get this framed and on the wall. So that's what we're going to talk about next, and then we'll end the video. So Rob and I had been discussing this, and we have decided that we are also going to do a video on how we're going to prep, get our canvas ready, and frame it so that you guys can see our techniques on how we frame our finished projects. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I already got it ready. I am going to be putting this painting on one of these. Now this is a canvas that is on stretch bars, and we're going to mount this painting on this canvas and then fold these sides over so that it is nice and smooth and fits on this perfectly. Now, another thing I'm going to show you is how am I going to get rid of the wording, oops, you can't see it, the wording here and the schematics off of this so that you don't see it. That is going to be in my next video on how I'm going to get this ready and prepared for that. So we're going to get rid of the wording and the schematics on both sides and the wording down here, and we're going to jazz this up and mount it on this canvas. Then we're going to seal it, and then it'll be ready to hang on the wall. So I hope you'll join me on that. Again, that will be probably next week when I'm going to do that or have that video posted, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So by saying that, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, a big howdy and welcome. If you like what you see and you like what you heard, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. If you do decide to subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell that is right next door to that subscribe button. That bell will indicate when I've uploaded my next video. So everyone, by saying that, if it is morning for you, have a very pleasant morning. If it's afternoon for you, have an excellent rest of your afternoon. And if it's evening for you, have a very relaxing evening. Again, my name is Jene. Thank you for joining me today on the review. We'll talk again real soon. Take care, everyone.